As thousands of bikers descend on Sturgis, South Dakota for the annual motorcycle rally, iconic bike brand Harley-Davidson is facing some backlash. A conservative activist named Robbie Starbuck is claiming that the rough and tough American company is going woke and says the new CEO is pushing the company to embrace DEI initiatives and progressive policies. His post even catching the attention of Elon Musk, who wrote on X, quote, "doesn't sound super compatible with their customers." Fox News has reached out to Harley-Davidson and has not heard back. Of course, if we get anything like that during this segment, we'll put it on the screen. But it is not the first time, of course, that a corporate America is getting called out for this. Let's bring in Taylor Riggs and Jackie DeAngelis, co-hosts of the Big Money Show on Fox Business. I think it's important to reiterate these are only allegations at this point. Serious stuff, especially considering this is a publicly traded company, Taylor. I don't know, first your reaction to it.
Yeah, I think my reaction is overall, given that, we're on a business show, is companies have a fiduciary duty to their shareholders to do what is right for the company. Making money, being loyal to their customers, helping shareholders make money, give them good guidance for what the future looks like, right? When inflation is high and your customers are struggling, that's not the time to go woke. That's for any company, right? Your duty, your fiduciary duty, is to stay true to your customer and be laser focused on your mission of running a company, leaving all of the other nonsense or political stuff on the side. Run your company, stay focused on your business.
You had me at fiduciary duty. That is it. I mean, you could have stopped at that. So if this is the case, and I say it's a big if, we'll see what the statement is when they issue it. But your thoughts, Jackie?
So I look at history and say, how well has this served other companies? Taylor and I have covered this story on our show for quite some time now. You look at a company like Anheuser-Busch with the Bud Light controversy. Didn't work that well for them. You look at Tractor Supply that initiated DEI policies and now has backed off of it and come out and said, we're not doing this anymore because it didn't work for us. You have to know your customer. And this goes back to what Taylor is saying. If you want sales and revenue for your company, you have to know your customer, what's going to turn them on, what's going to turn them off. Ultimately, actually, what Robbie Starbuck is saying is that you should be politically neutral as a company and not really express an opinion at all.
That might be dreaming these days, right?
But at the end of the day, think about Anheuser-Busch, Tractor Supply, and Harley-Davidson if this story is true. And I haven't been able to verify these claims. If it is true, this is not a customer that's going to go for this woke stuff. And I have to plug my friend Charlie Gasparino's book, Go Woke, Go Broke. That's what this is all about. Not good for business.
Well, Fox Digital was able to talk to some folks at the rally. Here's some of what they heard. It's branding suicide, one rally goer said. A lot of bikers are switching over to Indian. They killed Harley. It breaks my heart, says Vinny Terranova, the owner of Pappy's Vintage Cycles in Sturgis, South Dakota. Okay, Rep. Derek Van Orden said this on X. Get back on mission, Harley-Davidson. He calls them out as the vice chair of the Congressional Motorcycle Caucus. I'm telling you, motorcycles are about freedom. Freedom to ride without listening to a bunch of politicized garbage, Taylor. Harsh.
It reminds me of sort of your classic North Star, know your customer. Who at Anheuser-Busch? Who at Target? Who at Tractor Supply? Who at perhaps maybe Harley-Davidson thinks that any of this is a good idea? If it pushes your customer away, if it's isolating your customer, you're going to see a drop in sales and a drop in revenue. The whole point of sort of a CEO, a board of directors, know your customer, you serve them. You serve your shareholders as well in terms of what we're talking about, making money. But you serve your shareholders by serving your customer first. Your customer has to be your priority. If you don't know who your customer is and you're gallivanting in other areas, then you've sort of lost your way.
Oftentimes this is due to poor leadership. And
Absolutely.
Apparently there's been concern about, it was a German-born CEO. He took over during the pandemic in 2020. People have been concerned about his leadership at the company. And apparently now Harley-Davidsons are fetching a lot less money.
They are.
A $30,000 vintage Harley just a few years ago is now going for about $4,000, according to Fox Digital.
And that's what I was going to point to, and also say the fact that this leader is coming from Germany. You think about European countries and what their ideology is. He's bringing potentially some of that ideology into the Harley-Davidson brand, and it is costing them money. And the decline in the prices of what they're selling right now, I think, really speak to that. But I was watching The Last Dance. Maybe I'm a little late to the party. I love when Michael Jordan, they talk about him and the fact that he never got political because he said Republicans buy sneakers too, and they sure do.
I don't know, though. Harley? This is an iconic brand.
No.
Wouldn't it take more than this? I don't know. Can they bounce back from it if this is the case?
Yeah, I mean, look, Tractor Supply, Target, Anheuser-Busch, in many ways, they haven't fully recovered, but they're trying. I think as long as Jackie and I have talked a lot about this on our program, as long as you come out and take ownership. Look, we lost our way. We're getting back to being focused on our customer. Here is who our customer is, and we are laser focused on doing our job for you.
Yeah.
Then there is a chance of redemption, but you do have to come out and be able to say that.
And just quickly, I'll add to that. When Anheuser-Busch just pivoted with the advertising and they didn't actually issue a mea culpa and say, we lost our way, people didn't like that more. You got to own it, right? You make a mistake, you have to own it.
Very interesting. I appreciate this discussion. We'll see where it goes, and we'll see if we get a statement from Harley Davidson on that. Thank you, ladies.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.